Ladies and gentlemen, please listen up. This is for you. They thought your silence meant weakness. They thought your calm meant surrender. They thought your pain meant you were finished. But they were wrong. They didn't understand you. They couldn't, because they were looking at you with small minds, while you were carrying a fire that was too big for their vision. You didn't break. You didn't fold. You didn't disappear. You were building heat. You were gathering power. You were letting the flame inside you rise until the day it became impossible to ignore. And now look at them, eyes wide, mouths open, confused, shaken, speechless, because the fire they once mocked is now the fire they fear, the fire they ran from, the fire that's burning down every doubt they ever had about you. Before we go deeper, pause right now. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Like this video, drop a comment, and tell me where you're listening from. And if you've been part of this family from the beginning, thank you. Your loyalty keeps this message alive. Your spirit keeps this fire burning. Now listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you move forever. People underestimate what they're afraid to understand. They underestimate what threatens their comfort. They underestimate anything that forces them to confront their own weakness. So when they underestimated you, it wasn't really about you. It was about them, their fear, their insecurity, their lack of courage. You walked into rooms with a spirit that made them uncomfortable because you weren't willing to shrink. You weren't willing to settle. You weren't willing to play small so they could feel big. And that bothered them. It exposed them. It reminded them that they gave up on themselves a long time ago. So they laughed. They doubted. They ignored you. They dismissed you. But in reality, you were the one thing they should have taken seriously. You were the one they should have never counted out. Because the quiet ones, the patient ones, the ones who stay focused while the world is distracted, those are the ones who rise with force. Look at the life of Jalen Hurts, benched in college, mocked, written off, told he didn't have what it takes. But instead of crying about it, he transferred. He rebuilt. He worked. And he came back stronger than ever. The fire they underestimated became the fire that carried him to the NFL and beyond. That's what you're doing now. You're turning humiliation into hunger. You're turning doubt into discipline. You're turning disrespect into fuel, because fire doesn't start big. It starts small, quiet, almost invisible. And then it grows. It spreads. It becomes unstoppable. That's you. Your fire was ignored at first, because people only respect flames when they start burning things down. But now, your results are burning. Your growth is burning. Your discipline is burning. Your silence is burning. And suddenly, they see you. They feel you. They fear you. That's the power of staying patient. That's the power of staying focused. That's the power of letting your work speak louder than your words. Listen carefully. Every time someone doubted you, your fire grew hotter. Every time someone betrayed you, your fire grew stronger. Every time someone left you, your fire grew brighter. Because fire doesn't weaken when it loses something. It grows. It expands. It becomes more intense. The same flame that warms you is the flame that can burn everything in its way. And now the people who underestimated you are experiencing the heat they created. They thought you were fragile. You were forged. They thought you were breaking. You were becoming. They thought you were lost. You were lighting the path ahead. Remember when Thomas Edison tried to invent the light bulb? Thousands of failed attempts. Thousands of people laughing. Thousands saying he should quit. But he looked at every failure as progress. He kept the fire inside him alive. And in the end, the entire world learned his name. The world always underestimates the ones who don't quit, but those are the ones who rewrite history. You are rewriting your own history right now. You are stepping into a version of yourself that even you didn't know you could become. And that version is dangerous, focused, hungry, untouchable. The fire inside you is not here to impress them. It's here to transform you. It's here to push you past your limits. It's here to remind you that you were built for something bigger. And this time, you're not dimming your light to make others comfortable. If they feel the heat, let them. If they feel threatened, good. If they feel uncomfortable, that means you're rising. Because your fire is not a problem. Your fire is your purpose. Your fire is your identity. Your fire is your power. They underestimated your fire because they had never seen someone survive what you survived. They had never seen someone walk through pain like you did. They had never seen someone rise again and again. After life tried to break you, they don't understand how you're still standing. They don't understand why you're still fighting. They don't understand how your heart still beats with this much strength. But you know why. Because your fire was never theirs to extinguish. It was yours to control, yours to feed, yours to unleash. And now that you're unleashing it, they can't stop it. They can't slow it. They can't escape it. They're watching it burn, and they can't do anything about it. They thought your light was fading, but they didn't know you were learning how to burn brighter. They thought your fight was over, but they didn't understand that warriors don't quit. They reload. You walked through storms that should have taken you out. You survived nights that would have broken the average person. You kept walking through darkness with no guarantee of sunrise. And now that you're rising, now that your fire is finally visible, they're shocked, like they didn't spend years doubting your strength. That's how people are. They only understand fire after it burns something. They only understand hunger after you start eating what they swore you'd never reach. They only understand your power when they feel the heat of the results. They underestimated your fire because they only saw the smoke. They didn't see the sparks inside you, growing, spreading, becoming something unstoppable. Look at Nelson Mandela. 27 years in prison, 27 years of silence, 27 years of being forgotten by the world. But inside that silence, inside that isolation, inside that darkness, his fire grew. It grew so strong that when he finally walked out, he didn't just rise. He reshaped a nation. That's what real fire does. It doesn't die in darkness. It grows in it. Your silence did not weaken you. Your distance did not kill your drive. Your setbacks did not bury your fire. They fed it. They sharpened it. They purified it. You became someone who doesn't crumble under pressure, but becomes sharper because of it. You became someone who doesn't fear losing people, because you discovered your own strength. You became someone who doesn't beg to be seen, because you learned that fire doesn't need permission to glow. Let's talk about psychology now. Because what changed inside you is exactly what scares the people who underestimated you. You stopped reacting. You started calculating. You stopped chasing approval. You started chasing purpose. You stopped needing praise. You started needing progress. You shifted your mind from survival to domination, and when that shift happens, you become a different kind of human. You become unpredictable. You become powerful. You become someone who's driven by something deeper than attention. You became dangerous because your fire is no longer emotional. It's controlled. You're not burning out. You're burning through. Look at Serena Williams. People questioned her body, her attitude, her worth, her capability, her every move. But she controlled her fire. She didn't scream her greatness. She showed it. She turned disrespect into trophies. She turned judgment into legacy. She turned pressure into perfection. And when she stood at the top, nobody questioned her fire again. That's your path. Your greatness won't be recognized in the beginning, but it will be undeniable in the end. Hear this clearly, because it might be the most important thing you'll hear today. Fire that grows slow, lasts long. Fire that grows quietly, burns hottest. Fire that grows alone, burns without fear. And that's your fire. Slow, quiet, alone, unbreakable. You are stepping into the phase where your fire becomes your identity. Your movements become heavier. Your decisions become sharper. Your vision becomes clearer. You're no longer hoping for better. You're building it. You're no longer dreaming. You're executing. Midpoint reminder. If you haven't yet, subscribe, like, comment, because this message is your armor, and this channel is your battlefield. And for the warriors who've been here since the beginning, your loyalty fuels every word spoken here. Now listen, you're entering the stage they never expected you to reach. The stage where the ones who left will wish they stayed. The stage where the ones who laughed will go quiet. The stage where the ones who doubted will pretend they always believed in you. Let them. Your fire doesn't need recognition. It needs space. And now that you've created that space, nothing will stop your rise. You're not chasing them. You're not proving anything to them. You're not running after validation. You're focused on becoming the person you always knew you were capable of becoming. And when someone reaches that level, the world feels it. The energy shifts. The air changes. Because that fire inside you becomes something they can no longer ignore. Final message. Final truth. Final push. You are not done. You are not tired. You are not defeated. You are rising. You are burning. You are becoming. Your fire is not a threat to you. It's a threat to the world that underestimated you. And now that it's fully awake, fully alive, fully unleashed, they will watch as everything they said you couldn't do starts falling into place. They will watch as you walk into rooms they swore you'd never reach. They will watch as opportunities chase you. Instead of you chasing them, they will watch as you rebuild your life stronger than the one they tried to destroy. They will watch and they will understand. Because your fire, the one they mocked, the one they ignored, the one they tried to dim, is now burning so bright that they can't pretend it isn't real. So let it burn, let it rise, let it consume every piece of doubt left inside you. This is your moment. This is your fire. This is your rise. They underestimated your fire. Now they're watching it burn, and they'll never forget it.